Mountain means Himalaya. Himalaya means home of snow. All Hindus, including Buddhists, also believe that in the mountains God lives. All the power, energy comes to the Himalayas and it goes to the universe. So they are very powerful. More you go to the Himalayas, you become more pure, more cleaner. There is no other higher place than this. The roof of the world is Nepal. So next door is straight heaven. That is what it is.
Nepali people's spirit is very high. They're sort of vibrating on a higher level, and I think that comes back down to their religious beliefs. The two main religions of Nepal are sort of based on compassion, and that really shines through the Nepali people, the way that they approach life. You know, sort of that mystical, spiritual Shangri-La that people have in their minds, and then they come here and they're not disappointed.
In Annapurna, the scenery here is not just about seeing the tallest mountains in the world. It's about the villages, it's about the forests. It is the varied terrain that you get to enjoy every day.
I'm awe-inspired by the people, by the scenery, by just how genuine and giving they all are.
For the first few days, you're walking through this amazing jungle, and then the path kind of opens up to the more alpine parts of the mountain. You know, what you really imagine when you think of the Himalayas. And there's snow on the trails and these peaks that are just standing over you. And each night you get to stay in these beautiful little mountain villages.
A big highlight of the tour was walking through the villages and staying in these authentic tea houses. You're living with locals and you're getting to interact with locals. The food was surprisingly good. It was hard to believe that you could get fed so well way up in the mountains, deep in the Himalayas.
One of the things I love about group travel is in the afternoons in the villages, you know, heading to the dining room to sit, relax, you know, put your feet up and get to know not just the rest of your group, but the guides. I love hearing their stories.
DK and Arjun are they're almost like a 1-2 punch.
These two guides who both speak English and Nepali, and every village we've gone through, they know people. They introduce us, they tell us a little bit about those people. That's what I think has made this tour special.
Active's Western guides make a real effort to assimilate with the locals. What I think it does for our guests, it just opens the doors that when they arrive, they're already part of this family that's been building for 10 years, which I think really enhances the experience for the guests.
When I finally got to Annapurna Base Camp, it was quite an overwhelming experience. For the day that we were there, it was under a cloud most of the afternoon as we made our ascent, and then as we got right there, the clouds parted and there it was right in front of you, towering over you, and even at 13,500 feet, the peak is still another 12,000 feet above you, so it was such an overwhelming experience.
It's not about getting there, it's just about the journey. You know, it's about the moment in time. So, so I didn't just feel like, okay, I'm here, that's it. I felt like, okay, this is just part of the journey that we're doing.
To go this far into somewhere where most people don't go really changes you because it gives you another perspective on life.
Most guests are really surprised at sort of the profound effect the whole journey has on them. And it takes a few weeks to sort of decompress and absorb the experience they've had. I think the thing that most surprises our guests would be the love of the people. Possibly they might assume that our team are simply the bag handlers. Guests are quite surprised at the sort of friendship they start creating with the boys without having the same language at all. They're very empathetic to the challenges that some of our guests face while they're hiking.
You know, when you see somebody who's carrying 30 kilo and they see you struggling and they say, let me help you with your pack, that's pretty amazing.
And they love hanging out with us. I think that's also their highlight.
My philosophy for travel has always been that it's just out of curiosity. There's always something worth seeing, there's always something worth doing or finding out. As I've gotten older, I've found that it's more about the people and learning about different cultures.
Finding people who have very almost nothing. To find out how generous they are and how giving was an incredible revelation. What we've said is we came here for the mountains, but the memory we'll take away with us is the people.
I'm getting all overwhelmed.